have finished making our coffee and actually get started with the day. You'll hear my robot vacuum spot busily sweeping away in the background, and got some work to do today and some chores, and we'll talk about some cool stuff. Are doing some meal prep for the rest of the week for breakfast, since we both hate making morning breakfasts. So we're doing some sausage, and we're gonna make some gravy. So as some of you probably will notice through this recording, Tesla has a cone on. Tesla has some pretty intense allergies that kind of crop up in the spring, and we try to handle them as best we can with like Zyrtec, basically. And sometimes they just get too much from with a lot of pollen. He's allergic to grass, which is like the worst thing for a dog. And he's been licking his paws pretty excessively. So we put him in the cones. We can stop licking his paws, and we can keep him clean. Once they're nice and even again, we'll be taking him back out. He's not, oh, see, he's fine. See, he's just laying there chilling. He's not hurt or anything. It just his paws and chewing on him. So I'm gonna show you guys what we're cooking here. Oh my God, look at that though. So that is 2 pounds of ground sausage, pork sausage. Yes, it is 2 pounds. No, I promise we won't eat all of that in like a day or anything. This is supposed to be for the week, so this is breakfast for the week.
We limit to 1 pound a day.
I know, because that means that you are eating 1 pound and I'm eating 1 pound, and that is too much for one person. Look at that. Like, there's so much meat there. That's what she said. So I'm pretty excited because today, before story time, I'm gonna practice making a French 75. Yeah. So that's exciting. Once I get some of the kinks worked out of it, not only will you get to see the recipe in a couple weeks, but we'll sit down and have some story time. All right, so we've got our taste test. I'm sitting here on my couch for our story time. You can see Sumo licking away next to me here. The other dogs are on the couch too. It's a little later in the evening, kind of winding down. So great time to give this a shot, all right? Yeah, it's not bad. And you guys will have the recipe in probably a couple of weeks. I'll probably perfect this a little more, and then we'll chat about it. So I figure today we'll talk a little bit about why I'm keto and how that happened. So about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, I had gained quite a bit of weight from a little bit more of a sedentary lifestyle, and I was also diagnosed with a chronic illness. Of course, the stress of that was hard, and I've always been the kind of person that found comfort in eating. So my weight ballooned out to about 230 pounds. I was a lot heavier than I am now, and I had tried so many different diets. I had tried being low fat. I had tried the Mediterranean diet. I tried pretty much anything you could think of. I was getting to the point that I was taking like diet pills and things like that because I was just so desperate to lose weight and nothing was working. I've also been the kind of person who I've never had a very good relationship with my weight and with my food. So when a friend of mine told me about keto, I was skeptical. Especially because fat is so delicious that there's no way that I would be able to subsist on a diet of primarily fat and not feel like eating the entire kitchen. So, needless to say, I think it was August of 2018, I decided to break up with sugar. And that's when it started. So I decided to try keto and break up with sugar permanently. And I haven't really looked back. There's been times where, as those of you know, Liam is a normie. He eats sugar. I do not, obviously. And there's times where he'll break out like a package of cookies or chips, and I'm just like, oh man, it smells so good. But then I remember that eating sugar is an addiction, and it makes me hungrier. So I just remember that it's not beneficial for me. The side effect, which was really incredible, was that by going keto, a lot of my episodes from my illness stopped. There's a theory that my doctor has that the sugar was causing inflammation in my body, that I'm essentially allergic to it in a way. And it was causing inflammation inside the body, and that was what was causing a lot of the problems I was having. So since going keto, I rarely have any episodes anymore. I don't feel terrible all the time, which is really great. But I will put a disclaimer out there that it's not for everybody, and I totally know it's not for everybody. And I'm not trying to say that, oh my gosh, if you're not keto, you should do it too, because everybody's body's different. I just find that it works really well for me, and there's nothing wrong with looking for some low sugar options too. Like, just because I'm keto doesn't mean that you as a watcher or fan should be too. If you're just here for cool low sugar drinks so that you don't feel as like nauseous later in the evening, or the hangover's not as intense, like that's cool too. But I figured I would give a little reasoning on why I went keto and why I think that keto can be really great for some people. It's been good for me, so I figured I would share that. And the concept of keto by volume came up because I've always really enjoyed mixology. I've always really enjoyed alcohol, and when I did go keto, I was really disappointed. I was really sad that it sounded like I wouldn't get to drink some of my favorite cocktails anymore. And for about a year and a half, I subsisted on what is affectionately known as a skinny bitch, which is vodka, soda, and lime. I rarely got to drink a different cocktail ever. So when I started exploring mixology for keto, Liam suggested that I start to share it with you guys, and that's how we got here. So